Hello and welcome to my channel NiRecap. The story kicks off with a scene of someone struggling to balance on a tightrope. Students are gossiping about his recent fight, labeling him as nothing but trouble. Even the parents are discussing how dangerous he is. Everyone seems to think he's too risky to even look at. But it's no surprise, as everyone knows he struggles to socialize. They mock his appearance, criticizing his refusal to dye his hair black and even pointing out the color of his eye as wrong, using it as evidence of a curse. People find him repulsive, and the kid eventually falls off the rope. Enter our angry protagonist, Sakura, who reveals his preference for the strong and his indifference towards the weak. Nearby, some guys harass a girl, questioning if she wants to join them in mischief. She contemplates smashing eggs over their heads but decides against it, not wanting to waste good eggs. The guys warn her not to act, he prevents her from leaving. Sakura then clarifies that what he despises the most are individuals who consider themselves strong but are actually weak. Sakura intervenes with the group of bullies and informs them that it's too early to be acting so pathetic. The leader attempts to attack Sakura, but unfortunately, he falls into the category of people that Sakura detests the most. Sakura effortlessly defeats him and wonders what could possibly be going on in his mind that makes him believe he is strong when he clearly isn't. Sakura insists that they remember his name and face so they can warn all the weak people they know to stay away from him. Additionally, Sakura wants them to spread his name among the strong people so they can find him. He proudly declares himself as Sakura Hakura from Fure High School. Sakura leaves the bullies behind, but the girl stops him to express her gratitude. Sakura is confused and questions if she is referring to him. She confirms that she is indeed thanking him, and Sakura makes it clear that he didn't help her out of kindness but rather because those guys annoyed him. Sakura declines her offer to eat together, but she ends up feeding him anyway. She can sense that he is not from this town, and it's uncommon for anyone to visit. She explains that the gang he just fought has been causing numerous issues, and the town's public safety has deteriorated. She admits that she is also not from this town and introduces herself as Tachibana. Sakura can't comprehend why she is being so, since most people would be afraid of him, especially after he just beat up 5 guys. Sakura reluctantly eats her food when she asks him to. However, he is shocked by how amazing it is and wonders if her restaurant will take off. But she corrects him, as the dummy is trying to say take out. Tachibana points out that his eye and hair colors are all out of whack, and he wonders if she has a problem with it. She is more amazed than anything, but the paranoid Sakura thinks she wants to brawl. Sakura is surprised because normally people are grossed out by his appearance and demand that he dye his hair. Sakura explains that looks don't matter in a fight, and that's why he came to Furen. Furen is known for having students with the worst grades, but they are also the best fighters. They are the people who slip through the cracks at other schools and end up at Furen. Here, factions brawl every day to decide who is on top. Their dedication to fighting is so strong that they even fight on holidays. And Sakura is determined to become the top dog. Tachibana points out that this is aiming pretty high, but Sakura reveals that the reality is he is just as dumb as a brick, and fighting is all he knows. To him, nothing sounds better than fighting to be number 1, and this place is perfect for him. It soon becomes clear to Tachibana while he's in uniform already when school doesn't even start until tomorrow. It's because he's excited. The embarrassed Sakura explains that he just moved, so he didn't have anything else to wear. But she just teases him more. Our boy Sakura as always, Itachi-ban demands that they take this argument outside just then when his elderly customers almost forgets his Toggo bag. But Sakura reminds him. As Sakura heads home, he thinks about how strange that entire interaction was. The old man gave him some candies and told Tachibana to thank him. Sakura isn't used to so much praise, so he calls the entire town weird, including Tachibana. He points out that Tachibana is wearing the uniform of a school of delinquents and his appearance is really strange as well. It doesn't make sense for people to be thanking him. Normal people would be on their guard around him and wouldn't trust him. Sakura once picked up someone's wallet and they accused him of stealing it. Just then, Tachibana explains that Sakura made the right choice by coming to Furen. But unfortunately, there's no possible way he will become the top dog. Shockingly, she states that he might not even beat anyone there, let alone be the top dog. Sakura points out that she has no clue how strong he is. She acknowledges that he might have strong muscles but explains that he still won't be able to become the top dog. The problem that he has is that he is all alone. Sakura becomes furious and declares that he's not so weak that he needs to rely on anyone else to win. As he leaves, Tachibana clarifies that she isn't talking about physical strength. She recommends that he go meet someone. Since then, Sakura has encountered a group of troublemakers causing chaos, and a concerned lady called for help. Surprisingly, Sakura runs into the same guys from earlier, and their leader is taken aback by his presence. He insults Sakura, calling him trash, but Sakura chooses to ignore him. The leader taunts Sakura about his appearance, reminding him that he hasn't forgotten his face. They had previously mistaken Sakura's unique hair and eye color for a cosplay, but now they realize it's his real look, which they find even more repulsive. Despite this, Sakura smiles, knowing that this is the typical reaction he has grown accustomed to. He has accepted that people will be disgusted by his appearance, but he still desires to prove his worth. If he can defeat anyone who stands in his way, he can feel superior to them. However, Sakura can't shake off Tachibana's words about not being able to become the top dog alone. The leader announces that his gang will initiate a war against Furin because Sakura punched him. Sakura remains unfazed by the insults and attacks, focused solely on taking down the thugs one by one. He knows his appearance may be unconventional, but he doesn't let it affect his fighting spirit. With each punch and kick, he proves that strength and skill are what truly matter in a fight. The gang's attempts to overpower him are futile, as Sakura effortlessly takes them down. When one of the thugs tries to use Tachibana as a hostage, Sakura swiftly incapacitates him, making it clear that dirty tactics won't work against him. Despite being outnumbered, Sakura stands his ground, determined to show that he is the top fighter in the group. Tachibana wonders why he's defending her in the first place and reminds himself that helping others never ends well. Still, Sakura continues to defend her. However, eventually, one of the thugs uses a knife to cut his leg. Sakura is now in a really bad spot and thinks about how this is why he doesn't defend people. Once again, he questions why he decided to help her and prepares to take a bat right to his skull. Just then, someone stops the attack and Sakura notices that this stranger is wearing a Korean uniform. Surprisingly, this guy stopped the bat with his back and tells Tachibana not to tell a certain person that she was in danger. This guy wipes out the bat wielder and tells the punks that they made a real mess in this town. His buddies arrive and the guy furiously tells the gang that they're in big trouble. Backup has arrived, but they're disappointed to see so few opponents as they didn't all need to come to fight. Sakura is in absolute shock as he can't understand why Fine is saving him. The thugs are terrified to see the one named Haragi, but they're confident they can win since they outnumber them by a lot. Hiragi tells the others to make quick work of these guys, so they begin to absolutely demolish them. One guy goes to attack Sakura, and Sakura gets caught in a terrible spot as his leg can't move. Hiragi saves him again and tells Sakura to stand back if he is hurt. Sakura furiously points out that he is not his boss and explains that the thugs were his to fight. Haragi just tells him to stop moving around since it makes it difficult to protect him. Sakura is completely taken aback and scans his surroundings, only to discover that the townspeople are enthusiastically cheering on the Korean guys. Sakura can't believe what he's hearing, but Tachibana reminds him of her previous statement about the town's lack of public safety. However, things have changed in the past 2 years, all thanks to the students of Furin. The first thing they did was put up a notice board at the town's entrance, declaring that they would take it upon themselves to eliminate anyone who caused trouble by harming people or property, regardless of their identity. Tachibana explains that the townspeople have given the fearless students a new name because they fight to protect the town. They are known as the Windbreakers, the town's Bofur shield. After the battle, the townspeople come out to express their gratitude towards the boys. Although they were once considered low-grade hoodlums, the fan students are now highly respected in the community. However, they still engage in fights quite frequently. They are adored by everyone, but most importantly, they are indispensable. Sakura is astonished by how different this town is, where the fighters are treated like heroes. Despite their rough appearance and constant fighting, no one is afraid of them. Sakura is overwhelmed with emotions when the townspeople tell him that he did a great job holding on his own. An elderly lady even offers to treat his wound, but Sakura can't handle all the kindness and demands that they stop. Tachibana calmly tends to his wound and reminds him that she had mentioned he was alone. However, she explains that she could tell right away that he didn't choose to be alone. While she can't fully understand him, she explains that the people of this town need his strength. Sakura is unable to process everything that's happening and declares that he doesn't need anyone and doesn't want to get involved. Tachibana quickly points out though, that his actions speak louder than his words. He mentioned to the elderly man about his bag and he also put up a strong fight to protect her. Tachibana points out that he hasn't given up on people and doesn't have to. At the very least, she declares that she won't turn her back on him, so she asked him to turn towards her as well. Tachibana assures that this will be the way he can become who he wanted. Sakura still struggles to accept it all and he rushes towards the others. He leaps into the air and notes how Dinkan seemed to be playing the hero now. He admits that all this talk about being the town shield sounds really cool and he completely defeats the gang's leader who was terrorizing the town. Everyone watches in shock and Sakura wonders if people will really stick by him. We then discover that this is the tale of how a low-grade pariah who only knows how to fight became the town's hero. Later on, Sakura arrives at Taja's restaurant, feeling annoyed for having to carry old Grandma Sato. She fears she might get hurt getting off his back, but he just tells Granny to hurry up. Grandma Sato surprises our boy with her dismount and he is annoyed since she had told him her hips hurt so much that she couldn't walk. The old lady thanks him, but Sakura still doesn't know how to handle such kindness. Tachibana stops him from leaving and gives him some food as today is his entrance ceremony. It's still pretty early though, so she once again insists that he is all pumped up to go to school. He denies it, but she completely understands since there are a lot of interesting characters at Furin. Just then, a kid named NER arrives, falling flat on his face. He wonders what Tachibana thinks about his new uniform, but Sakura points out that he still has the tags on his jacket. NER manages to remove all the. Chibana informs Sakura that they will be in the same grade. Sakura notices Chibana's strange hair and eye, so he thinks there might be a problem. Chibana is surprised by Sakura's attitude and assumes that Sakura must have a tough time always being so stressed out at a young age. Chibana tries to figure out why someone like Sakura, who seems like a nobody, came to their town. Sakura feels insulted, but Chibana assures him that he is like that with everyone. Chibana eagerly points out that Furin High is no ordinary school. The members of Furin High stand up to protect the locals, defending the weak and crushing the wicked. They are heroes of justice, and everyone who comes to Furin admires them and wants to help protect the town as well. Chibana is one of them, but he wonders why someone with no ties to Furin, like Sakura, came to their town. Sakura makes his intentions very clear and reveals that he is there to take the top spot. While protecting the town is great, there are a lot of strong people there, and Sakura just wants to be the best among them. Chibana gets serious and tells him that he shouldn't say things he will never be able to do. However, his reason for saying this is because he fears Sakura will go bald. Sakura has had enough of Chibana's comedy routine, so he demands that they fight. But it's getting late, and Chibana must leave as he wants to do 3 rounds of town patrol before the entrance ceremony. He declares that starting today, he will be a hero of justice. Sakura is offended by the revelation, but he denies it and expresses his disdain for those who pretend to be strong when they are weak. Sakura declares that it disgusts him, so the bullies decide to demonstrate their abilities. Nire is concerned for his safety, believing Sakura cannot handle them alone. However, the bullies are quickly knocked out, leaving NER surprised at Sakura's swift action. Despite his fear, NER thanks Sakura for his assistance. Sakura points out that he did not save NER, calling him a typical poser. NER shares his past experiences of being bullied and saved by someone from Furin, whom he admired. He came to Furin to become like his savior but realizes his own shortcomings. Sakura acknowledges Ner's courage in standing up for himself and suggests he may not be as weak as he thinks. The girl NER protected arrives to thank him, also expressing gratitude to Sakura. NER bombards Sakura with questions and notes, eager to learn more about him. Sakura interrupts him, so Nira clarifies that he enjoys gathering information about guys he finds interesting and cool. Sakura simply tells him to do whatever he wants, which Nira takes as an invitation to observe Sakura up close and personal. Nira offers to show Sakura around and reveals that, although he may not be helpful in a fight, he is the best guide when it comes to the town and its residents. Sakura is surprised when Nira declares that he can guide Sakura all the way to the top. However, moments later, Nira must motivate Sakura to get going, but he is busy eating because he becomes really hungry after a fight. Sakura is amazed by how delicious the bread is, and Nira gets caught up in it too. However, he realizes that they need to hurry up and go to school. Eventually, they make it there, and Sakura is excited because there will be many people like the ones he met before. Nira finds the class roster and is delighted to discover that he and Sakura are in the same class. Nira is amazed by all the other names on the list, although he doesn't personally know them. They are just people he admires. Sakura doesn't think it matters who is in their class, but Nira points out that they will be spending a lot of time with these people. Suddenly, Nira is shocked by one particular name, and Sakura notices that he has lost all his energy. However, Nira quickly recovers and tries to be friendly to everyone in class, encouraging Sakura to smile at them. Sakura believes it must be a joke, but En points out that members of both Yorin gathered together to protect the town. Sakura is not from there, so the guys definitely won't like that and they will ask Sakura why he came to Furin. NER thinks it will be very important to show that Sakura is harmless and not Botharin's enemy. Sakura isn't even listening though as he is warming up. Noor wonders why and he is shocked when Sakura says that he's just getting ready for anything. NER is disappointed that he wasn't listening and points out that as an outsider, even the slightest misunderstanding could turn the entire school against him. Sakura doesn't actually care if every single person turns against him and he reminds NER that he is there to fight his way to the top. Sakura enters the class and is horrified when it becomes pretty obvious that everyone is staring at him. The class is filled with tough-looking students, but Sakura couldn't ask for anything better. One student knows who Sakura is, but Sakura instantly has his guard up. NER apologizes for him and instantly recognizes this student from his book. However, the kid says he is Leonardo DiCaprio. Sakura falls for it at first, and NER had no clue that this cold-looking dude could be such a jokester. NER knows that his name is actually so-and-so, says that his eye patch seals away an ancient Chinese spirit in his right eye. So Sakura loses his temper when he realizes that the kid is all talk but still gets serious and approaches Sakura. The moment becomes tense as NER fears that people from out of town really are treated as anomalies. Sakura prepares for a fight, and NER is terrified that there might not be a way to stop it. Just then, he is shocked when So just pets Sakura on the back and compliments him for being the star. The brawl on Main Street the day before had everyone talking. When Harugi arrived, he explained to the other students that Sakura had been the one protecting the town before him. This was news to NER, who had no idea about Sakura's heroic actions. As the other students gathered around Sakura, they were relieved to hear that someone had stepped up to help. Although they were a bit too close for comfort, NER realized that it was better than them turning against Sakura. It was clear that they no longer saw him as their enemy. NER felt a sense of relief, knowing that the person he had feared before would be okay with Sakura too. However, the guys were still curious about why Sakura had come to Furin in the first place. Sakura revealed that he had come for the top spot, surprising everyone. NER tried to explain that Sakura wasn't there to hold them down and beat them up, but Sakura insisted that he was. Just as tensions were rising, a table was tossed by a terrifying student. Sakura's face lit up with excitement, but NER pleaded with him not to fight this guy. He explained that he was the most dangerous person in their class, and possibly the entire school. His name was Kotaro. Sakura declared that he preferred fighting mad dogs, like Kotaro. In response, Kotaro threatened to crush him. Kotaro threw a powerful punch, but to Ner's shock, Sakura effortlessly dodged it. Sakura complimented Kotaro, saying he was the type of opponent he had expected to see at Furin. This only made Kotaro even more upset, but Sakura was pleased. Thanks for